It's great to have you with us for the second leg of this Europa League playoff game in Serbia between Shamrock Rovers and Partizan Belgrade. 1-1 a week ago in Talat. The winner goes through to the group stage draw tomorrow in Switzerland. Alongside me is the Shelbourne manager, Alan Matthews. Alan, what does Shamrock have to do this evening?
Well, initially, Nigel, they need to make sure they keep a clean sheet. The longer the game goes on scoreless, the better the chance they have of progressing. It's going to be very, very difficult for them. The first thing I think they have to make sure they don't do is give away an early goal.
Well, the Shamrock Rovers lineup is fairly similar to the one that played last week. There's just one change. Connor McCormack, who plays in front of the back four, is ill. He didn't travel. Stephen Rice takes his place, just drops back from the four other midfielders. Chris Turner, the ex-Derby County player, comes in. So Shamrock Rovers will line up Ryan Thompson in goal, across the back four, Pat Sullivan, Craig Sives, Dan Murray and Ender Stevens. Stephen Rice in the holding role, and then across midfield, Gary McCabe, Ronan Finn, Chris Turner and Billy Dennehy. He's got a big role to play tonight. Up front, Gary Twigg, the main man in front of goal for Shamrock Rovers. If you were to pick a player who could make a difference, Alan, who would it be?
Definitely Twigg. From a Rovers point of view, he is their main man. Although Gary McCabe scored a wonderful goal last week, but if Gary Twigg can keep the ball and give them a foothold in the game, high up the pitch, it'll allow the likes of Ronan Finn and Chris Turner to get up and support them. Key tonight really will be the defenders, though. They've got to make sure that they keep disciplined, keep concentrating, and don't drop off as they did in the first half hour or so, certainly up in Tallaght, because if they do and give these guys time and space, they should have punished them a little bit better last week. They didn't. They only got the one goal, and be fearful that they adopt a similar attitude tonight. The game could be over quite early on.
Three changes for Partizan Belgrade from the first leg. Radiša Ilić is in goal. He's one of the changes across the back four. Rankovic, Rinic, Ivanov and Volkov, the left back, he comes in too. And then Mido will play the holding role. He wears four. Tomic, Vukic and Ilić are the attacking midfielders, with a two-man attack of Eduardo and Vladimir Jovancic up front. Shamrock Rovers in green and white hoops. We'd like to see that. And Partizan Belgrade in their home strip of white shirts with black stripes. The referee tonight is from Slovakia. The whole crew are from Slovakia. That is Jan Valasek. And Alan, you were saying they stood off.
They did early on, Nigel, last week. Yeah, and I mean the two full-backs from Partizan were really, they're like wing-backs. They just bombed on all night, and Rovers played quite narrow, but they didn't really address those wide areas, and they could have been 2 or 3-0 down, although they went in at half-time, one down. They realigned themselves second half and put in a much better performance. They went a little bit more back to front, but last time Rovers played a team in stripes, they played Juventus, and they gave a really good account of themselves, so hopefully the omens are good for them here tonight. Very, very warm, and they're going to have to keep possession of the ball, keep their concentration, but above all, make sure that if they are going to squeeze, they squeeze together. A lot of togetherness within the squad. A lot of guys would have played in Europe at various different clubs over the last couple of years, so it's important that that comes through this evening. As I said initially, they need to make sure they keep the discipline, their shape, and don't give these guys any real footing in the game in the first 20 minutes or so.
So they must get an early foothold, establish their rhythm, keep their shape, and perhaps Michael O'Neill's side get a result. With the assistance of Jim Magilton, he brings experience to the Shamrock Rovers coaching bench.
Yeah, Jim's come in, I suppose, the last 6 weeks or so, month perhaps, since the departure of the very well-respected Trevor Crowley, and Jim comes in with, as you said, a lot of international experience, and in these situations I'm sure he'll be a great assistance to Michael O'Neill.
We're underway in Belgrade. The prize is a place in the Europa League draw tomorrow. And Rovers immediately on the attack with Stevens. Just goes in, looking for McCabe. And half a chance on the edge of the area. The ball will drift out for a throw-in to the Serbian champions. They have won the title 4 times in a row. They have sold on a number of players from last season for big money as well. Stefan Savic going to Manchester City. Petrovic to Blackburn, and Stasic to Fiorentina, and they have spent the money as it's given away. And that took a big early challenge from Dan Murray. It is a foul though. He had to do it. Takes one for the team.
Absolutely, yeah. Sloppy pass from Craig Sivas there. No weight on the ball. Dan Murray had to do the right thing there. Take the player down because he was in on goal. But from an innocuous situation, Pat Sullivan has the ball in his hands from a throw-in. They now have a free kick dead straight in front of goal.
So the Scotsman putting the Englishman under pressure. And now for the first time in the game, the home side have an opportunity from a set piece to test Ryan Thompson and his defenders. Nemanja Tomic, who scored in the first leg, is standing over the ball. He's a long way out. Have to get it up and down. And here is Tomic. And not enough height on it. It's still with Partizan Belgrade, and Ryan Thompson did well to keep his eye on that.
He did. Interestingly enough, Nigel, Rovers put the two big centre halves in the wall. They're a very tall wall, so they were out of position a little bit there for when the cross came into the box. As I said, Thompson caught hold of the ball, somewhat unorthodox. Nevertheless, the danger's gone away.
Well, they figured the shot was coming, which is why they put the big man in the wall. And McCabe is penalised, and it showed too much of the ball to him, and McCabe with an unnecessary challenge. The referee giving the free kick.
Again, sometimes in Europe, Nigel, the refereeing that we would see would be something slightly different to what we'd be more used to at home. So again, Rovers need to be disciplined, stay on their feet, don't go to ground, because the guys will play and make sure that they get free kicks, particularly around the last third.
Vukic. It's a side-footed effort, and then over the crossbar from Nemanja Tomic.
Again, both sides lined up something similar. 4-3-3. Rovers dropping into a more 4-5-1. They lose possession.
Oh, terrible goal kick from Ryan Thompson. And now really here's an opportunity. It's come from an individual error, and did Thompson get something on that? He may well have done. I think it's a goal kick. They want a corner. And
what a chance.
Nearly catastrophic, wasn't it?
Absolutely. His whole run up to the ball, just really lackadaisical kicks, slices it through. Your man should have scored. Striker should have scored. Keeper, yeah, he got a little nick on it there, just off his shin guard perhaps. Got himself out of jail. Have a look at it from this angle here. Did he get a nick on it?
Oh, just.
Maybe his toe.
Yeah, came off the studs maybe. That was Vladimir Jovancic who had the opportunity, and Thompson is down now. I wonder if he pulled something while he was kicking the ball, or whether he's gone into the game perhaps with a little tweak, which is why his kick was so poor.
Perhaps indeed, yeah. I mean, it looks okay in the warm-up. He looked fine before the game. There's been no real doubts about him prior to the game, but maybe he pulled something when he was striking that ball. His run-up was very, very minimal. He didn't take much of a run back. Kicked through the ball.
Further hearing the physio just asking for a minute from the referee. It doesn't look good though. Enda
Stevens looks like he's going to go back now and take this kick out, which isn't a good thing either, because it means they can push up high onto the goalkeeper and wait for Enda Stevens to get back out, so it means they can condense the game a little bit more. Certainly the crowd are doing their best to push them on here this evening.
Shamrock Rovers lucky to survive a catastrophic early error from Ryan Thompson. Give him credit, he did get a touch on the shot from Jovancic.
He's had a go at that one anyways, pushed Enda Stevens away, so maybe it's not too serious.
Yeah, hopefully not. Richard Brush is the goalkeeper on the bench. He hasn't played for Rovers. And coming into a big game like this, in front of a hostile crowd, on a foreign field, it wouldn't be easy, but we'll keep an eye on Ryan Thompson as Partizan had possession and give it away. Enda Stevens with the header forward, and Murray ducks underneath it.
Just needs to settle into it a bit, maybe get a couple of touches off his defenders, get his kicking going again if he's okay. Maybe he was just play acting a little bit to waste a bit of time, take the sting out of it, but first 5 minutes or so, not the kind of mistake you'd want from your goalkeeper.
Absolutely essential that Shamrock Rovers do not concede in the first 20 minutes or so. 1-1, by the way, is the only result that will send us to extra time and penalties. If Rovers want to get through to the draw, they have to score. And a free kick. Enda Stevens.
Just looking for the one off the angle here for the likes of Dan Murray. Silves to come and attack it. Try and get second ball down for Gary Twigg.
It's played out to the left-hand side. Partizan deal with it effectively.
Silly free kick from Chris Turner, who's going to get a corner kick for his side there. Silves challenged, but it went off the defender. He'd just been a little bit more patient. He would have got a corner kick for his team instead. Defender got his body there and drew the free kick. Didn't happen there though.
No. Here's Richard Rush doing his warm-up. As you say, Alan, it is a different game. You do have to be patient. There's almost no physical contact.
Yeah, just there as an example. Dan jumps cleanly, wins his header. He's expecting the centre-half to do, and referee gives a free kick.
Nido Volkov. Played in field by Tomic. Tomic again. Volkov making the run. It's a decent cross, and the goalkeeper punches, and punches well.
Good punch there from Ryan Thompson. He should never have got the cross in. Pat Sullivan was struggling to defend his area. Got a good ball in. Keeper made his mind up to come early. Got a good punch on it to clear the box. And just skip past Pat Sullivan there.
And a good challenge by Stephen Rice in there as well.
Absolutely, a brave challenge.
Yeah. He won the free kick.
That's that left back again. Volkov driving on. All the width coming from the fullbacks. And Stephen Rice afraid to put his head in.
Yeah, kept his eye on the ball. Ilic will go back to Ivanov. Several internationals in this Partizan side, but they've given it away. Ronan Finn, though, just easing his man off the ball a little bit too vigorously.
Just a bit, yeah, it was a half chance there. Again, when you get possession given to you on the plate by the opposition, what really is important here is that they can hold on to it, Rovers, and bring some people into play and be composed. They've got a lot of good footballers in the team, and if they get possession of the ball, they're well able to keep it. The trick is to try and get it first, but then have the composure and the confidence to keep it.
Finn's touch was a little bit heavy, which allowed the Partizan man to get in between him and the ball and draw the foul. Here's Stevens looking for Dennehy.
Dennehy just went for the one over the top, really, and then Stevens tried to drop it inside for him. Breakdown in communication, the ball is back again. This fella's seen a lot of it tonight.
Yes, indeed, and that's a very good pass. And here's Eduardo, the Brazilian, and to the back post. You heard the shout of away. Rice with defending to do. McCabe helps it on. Twig outnumbered.
There's your lack of consistency, Nigel. That's a foul on Gary Twig there. But that Murray incident wasn't, and he doesn't give the free kick for Gary Twig.
Yeah, it looked like he was climbing all over the back of Gary Twig. Quickly taken free kick. Craig Silves was alert to it. Just a few warning signs there for Shamrock Rovers. And this man is one of them, Volkov. He's got through again.
Very good play from the full-back. Slips it outside. Pat Sullivan goes on his inside. Still has the pace to get round him and whip the cross in. No one getting across the near post, and then handy catch for the goalkeeper. But we're saying the two full-backs really push on, particularly on this left side.
It's going to keep Gary McCabe busy as well. If he has to be mindful of his defensive work.
Needs to start up in the right position. Pat Sullivan and himself need to have good communication, really. If one goes tight, the other one has to track the runner in behind.
Sullivan in the opposition half. And plenty to aim at in the Partizan area. And this is perhaps where Rovers can unsettle the home side. It's comfortably dealt with, though. Second ball is Rovers, and it could have gone anywhere. Here's Twig, forced wide. It's a decent cross, but the centre forward was the man crossing it.
They'd bodies in the box. Dan Murray and Cives were there. Better quality in the pick out. He might have been able to get somebody on the end of it because they all stayed up from the long throw from Pat Sullivan. Half a chance. Anything that you're going to get like that round the edge of the box, you try and get some end product, get a shot on target and work the goalkeeper.
The ball is from Ivanov. Here's Rinic. Ivancic with the chest down, but picked up by Rovers. And Sullivan looking for Donaghy. Making Rankovic turn. It appeared to come off a Rovers player.
Looked like it all right, yeah.
They'll take the throw in though.
But then give the ball away very, very needlessly. Andy Stevens wasn't under pressure. Chris Turner rather wasn't under pressure. Just try and keep it a little bit better.
Little shove off the ball. Rovers have it. Twig is waiting. Just taken away from him by Ivanov. And here's the left back Volkov. And he's got a right foot too. What a ball. And Eduardo, the Brazilian, labouring a touch, but inside the area, and his left-footed cross is way over.
They were very stretched there, Rovers. Pat Sullivan was reluctant to leave his back four to go and press the ball again. Shamrock just knocked it inside, as you said, with his right foot. The striker made the angled run to drag Craig Sibles out. Thankfully, his shot just went high and wide. But don't want the game to get stretched, Rovers. They need to be as compact as they can. And I suppose when they got the ball forward there was a reluctance on the back four to squeeze up.
It's not often you see a game with the left back, the most influential player on the pitch, but that's what's happened in the opening 13 minutes or so of this match. So Rovers have to be very aware of what's going on down their right-hand side.
Absolutely, it's not as if it's coming from both flanks, it's coming specifically down the left-hand side. The communication and the telepathy, if you like, between Pat Sullivan and Gary McCabe is going to be key to ensure that they don't get exposed. Again, set pieces are going to be key for Rovers. Good delivery into the box. They have some big targets to hit.
Stephen Rice being urged forward. Free kick is wasted. That is a crime. You really must get it into the mix if you're going to put it in there long and make them defend.
Well, from a centre-half point of view, I know Dan Murray won't be too happy trundling 60 yards up the pitch to look at the ball go out for a goal kick.
Volkov again, looking down the line for Eduardo. Brazilian from Sakatano. And he just looks, well, he's probably got all the skills, but just looks a little bit short of pace.
He's been able to run across the line there, but he's not had it. I suppose we could give it the kiss of death. The last bit of quality that you see every time he picks up possession, he's looking to pass it off. He's not being confident enough to run at the back four.
Mido with the header forward. Murray safely back to Ryan Thompson, who appears to be okay after a scare in the first 5 minutes when he kicked the ball straight to Vladimir Ivancic and got away with it. Actually, we'd have to credit him with the save, as it did come off his beat, even though it was missed by the referee. Mido's header is troublesome for the defence, but cleared away by the goalkeeper, Radica Ilic. Two Ilici's in the Partizan Belgrade side this evening. Sasa, the veteran and captain, and Radica, the goalkeeper, who is one of three changes, replacing the first choice Vladimir Stojkovic. Volkov, too much space, plenty of time to make up his mind. Closed down in the end by Stephen Rice, but Eduardo is free on the left-hand side. Cross is deflected. And that's a poor clearance. That's giving it away in the last third. And Rovers stay under pressure. Here's Tomic, Volkov.
That'll do. Allow them to keep possession, but know that will be behind you. Again, Pat Sullivan went to ground, and when he goes to ground, he has to make sure he wins the challenge. He half won it. Volkov was still able to pick his pass out, but they've not been able to get, whilst they've been able to get some space down the left, they've not been able to get quality balls into the box, which is heartening from a Rovers point of view.
15 minutes in, the news is good. But a reminder that Rovers do need to score if they're to go through. Chasing back is Murray.
Again, Cives didn't need to open up too much really to keep Edu away from the ball. So seems to have the legs. And certainly the first 20 minutes or so he's been very much in control. Pat Sullivan a long throw here to try and relieve the pressure. Don't think we'll see him throwing her inside where he did the first one to Craig Sibes. And he has again.
There's a little bit of time for Sibes. And he finds Stevens. Dennehy hasn't got into the game at all so far. And he's lost out there. This is Vukic, the playmaker. Ilic trying to feed it through for Jovancic.
Again, Nigel, it came from Rovers trying to play out in an area really where I think they would have been better off using Pat's long throw to get up, gain some ground and play the game away from the goal. They closed them down very, very quickly there, but Stan Murray got hold of the ball. They still able to pick her off and close them down.
Referee says play on. This is Finn. Goalkeeper had to make a decent save at his near post. It's a good opportunity for Rovers.
Good strike all right from Ronan Flynn, and the keeper didn't look too composed. It came very much away from him there.
Caught it sweetly. Mido is in quickly. Volkov available, and he goes for the first time cross. Headed away by Sibes. Twig all alone. Well, actually, he had company.
Not giving him much tonight. Again, he jumped in. Yeah, perhaps it was a free, but centre-half really could expect it. It's 2 times he's challenged for the ball, and the referee's given 2 frees against Gary Twig.
Brankovic can't get past into Stevens. Billy Dennehy there as well. Brankovic was looking to take it quickly. Stevens gets just enough on the ball. Rovers perhaps can build from here, but no, they've given it away. This is Mido, and it's deflected, but sails through to the goalkeeper harmlessly with Eduardo waiting.
Important block there from Craig Sibes. He took the sting out of the strike, just ran harmlessly through to the goalkeeper, but again he's seen where the danger was and got out to put a block on it. It wasn't a particularly effective shot, but you've seen them go in.
Twig looked like he was being held. He won the second header. Rice lays it off. Sullivan looking down the line for the run of McCabe. He's well shadowed. Volkov can defend as well as attack. Sullivan wants the return ball from McCabe. Sullivan will have a throw-in though, and an opportunity to put it into the Partizan box.
Another long one from Pat Sullivan. Up comes Sibes and Dan Murray. Good bit of play from Rovers again. Take the sting out of the game. The crowd not too happy about it. We're nearly 20 minutes in. Grand, going to plan so far.
And if this is one of your weapons, then why not use it?
Absolutely.
Hurled in by Sullivan. Ivanov didn't really deal with it. Goalkeeper wants to come and make it his, and he does. No, they don't look that comfortable, do they, defending that?
Absolutely no. No, they haven't gone with any real authority and thumped the headers away. So again, when they get throw-ins in that area, they're quite right to launch them into the box.
There's Tomic. Then he has tracked him back. Vukic. Careful with the football is Vukic. They have to go long in the end. McCabe can't get there. Here's Volkov. So for once his delivery is not quite up to scratch.
A couple he's knocked in early, all right, that haven't, as I said, gone to scratch. Looked to get out the outside the first 15 minutes or so. And again, they only had 2 players up in the box for that attack, so again, they didn't gamble on getting anybody extra into the box. But again, with 20 minutes to go, Michael O'Neill will be very, very happy with the way things have gone today.
Well, it's the Partizan coach, Alexander Stanijevic, who is by far the most agitated of the two. He's seen his team squander a golden opportunity in the first 5 minutes, and you wouldn't say they're dominating. They have seen more of the ball than the visitors, but they haven't really taken a strong grip on the game.
I mean, if you look at it, first shot on target really was probably the one from Ronan Finn. And take out the mistake for Ryan Thompson, and goalkeeper hasn't been threatened from trying to go over. So yeah, it's been a very, very good start for him.
There's a bit of space. It's Chris Turner making inroads. McCabe in support. There was a little tug on the the jersey of Ronan Finn, but he gets the ball in. Cade will pick up the loose one. Spell of pressure from Rovers. Sullivan almost loses it. Sives. Stevens will corral the ball eventually. It's tight down that line.
They worked them well there, Partizan. They squeezed and pressed. Rovers had very little options there. They had to go back, and the pass wasn't as crisp as possible and the touch wasn't assured, so they made sure they got possession back. But again, encouraging from Rovers' point of view. They can't keep possession of the ball higher up the pitch. They will get opportunities to get into crossing areas, ultimately get shots and goal.
That was Ilic who was theatrical. He wins the free kick. Ilic again, the Partizan captain. As they knock it around in midfield, they are comfortable on the ball, all good technicians.
Absolutely, Nigel. The first touch is very assured. They know where the second pass is going. Giving it away cheap there, like everybody else. If their concentration levels aren't as good, they'll give it away, but they're able to keep the ball that bit better.
Nice touch from Sullivan. Rides the challenge too.
It was a free kick.
Yeah, I think he's entitled to appeal there. He had to chip the ball over.
A little bit of experience there. Pat played a lot of games in Europe, but perhaps had he hit the deck, he would have got a free kick, and perhaps the guy who nailed him would have got a yellow card. He did the right thing in trying to stay on his feet and get the ball, but ultimately a little bit of cleverness there might have got a side of free kick.
Cost him. Tomic with the cross. Good clearance away from Sullivan. Dennehy helps it on. Turner is beaten to it. Twig will try and close down his man, but they find it even off. Brought in from Russian team Alania this season.
At the moment it's all very pedestrian. Rovers are okay, they're able to get the two banks of four and five rather, and just allow Partizan play in front of them. To stop going down this left side, and now having a look at down the right hand side. So again, just keep the shape and keep the discipline.
Tomic on the ball. He's made to turn and go back. Rankovic, Mido inside him. And here is Mido. He's a little bit short. Mido's made space for himself though.
Doesn't appear to possess a strong shot. He got himself into a good shooting position there again, and the shot really had no conviction in it.
Twig, little sign of frustration from him. He won the header, but there was nobody there to support him.
Just the last couple of minutes, Nigel, they've had a lot of possession, Partizan. Rovers would really try and get close to them now and try and get hold of it and stop them having continuous possession, because it is going to be very difficult if that continues. I mean, they've broken the game up really well today. Just the last couple of minutes there, no one in their half. Gary Twig was on his own and was coming straight back at them.
It's very hot, by the way, in Belgrade, even now. So there will be some dip in the energy levels of both sides, and as Alan said, Shamrock Rovers chasing shadows for a couple of minutes as Partizan Belgrade played keep ball.
One of the things that was very noticeable last week was the energy levels of Partizan. They really dropped for the last half hour. Maybe it was because they felt they had the game in the bag or whatever, but Rovers really looked a fit, sharp, strong side for that last half hour. So perhaps they're not at the same level of match fitness, albeit that they would be technically very, very good, and overall would be perceived as a stronger side and a better side. But maybe the match fitness isn't as good as Shamrock Rovers. We'll see.
Turner with the interception. Finds Sullivan. This is the 6th game in Europe for both teams. As McCabe trying to reach the knockdown from Gary Twig is beaten to it by Mido. Tomic. Looking down the line for Jovancic. And he just about kept the ball in play. In fact, it has curled out of play. So 25 minutes gone, and I would think Michael O'Neill is very happy with his team's performance and certainly happy with the scoreline.
Yep, very pleased, despite the first 2 minutes when Ryan Thompson kicked the ball straight at Edu and he missed it. But they've been good Rovers. They've kept a good shape about them, restricted them to a couple of shots from Mido from outside the box, and other than that, no real danger. They haven't had a corner in the game either.
Most of it has been played out in the middle of the park, and that will suit Shamrock Rovers. And they'll have a free kick.
Just changed wingers. Dennehy's come over here onto this right-hand side. Cave is over the far side. I don't know whether it's tactical, but certainly they're standing out there the last couple of minutes.
Here's Dennehy on his right foot, pulls it back. Easy for Mido. Vukic helps it on. And this is where perhaps Shamrock Rovers could be vulnerable, because here come Partizan Belgrade. They have numbers up.
Important touch there from Dan Murray, because it was 2v2 in the box. Enda Stevens had to go to try and close the cross down, left him 2v2 in the box, and Dan almost got underneath it, but a very important touch. Doesn't look anything, but he took up a good position there, made sure the ball was able to go through to his own team and set it to the opponent.
And the timely arrival of Pat Sullivan as well to tidy up things for his goalkeeper. Partizan have it again, and they have plenty of time on the ball. Just passing it around at will at the moment, which is why Jim Magilton was off the bench, urging the team to be a little bit tighter. That's better from Stephen Rice, getting tight very quickly. Vukic, who's just found a little bit of space, and here's Volkov overlapping. Ryan Thompson was confident that was going to go out. He watched it sail over his head.
Very deep, all right. Yeah, again, as just spoke there a second or two ago, this is the first corner as we head towards the 28 minutes. So Rovers again make sure that they're tight, don't attack the ball, don't allow anybody free in the box. Keeper to be big and strong.
Tomic takes it. And away it goes, only as far as Vukic. Tomic has time to measure across. Oh, and what a save from Thompson. It would have been an own goal. The ball is still there and then hacked away. Ryan Thompson makes up for his early mistake with a flying one-handed save to his left-hand side.
Brilliant save. Seemed to be going in slow motion. You're right there, Nigel. He didn't make up for his error at the start. That was a terrific save.
I think it came off Craig Seves. We'll find out when we have the replay, as Rovers give away another free kick in midfield. Twig penalised.
Again, it came second phase after the corner. The ball was recycled into the box from here. First header. Oh, he got a hold of it.
No, it wasn't. It was
Volkov, full back, I think, was it?
Yeah.
Coming in.
Doing Craig Seves a disservice. However, Ryan Thompson with the save, whoever it came off, it was important. But Rovers under pressure, as Partizan Belgrade seem to draw confidence from that moment. They've won another corner. They're just starting to turn the screw a little bit.
That fella's been getting on the ball. Illich, the last couple of minutes or so, he's been dictating play. He hasn't been involved in the first 15 minutes or so. Last 10 minutes he has been. He's very influential for them. Stephen Rice just trying to maybe take the sting out of it a little bit here. They need to get organised again, Rovers.
No unmarked men. Oh, good shout from Ryan Thompson.
Pushes Chris Turner out of the way, comes and gathers the ball. Again, a little bit of pressure exerted. Rovers have dealt with it. Expect your keeper to make saves, and he made a wonderful save there.
Here it is again.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Volkov. Great save.
It's a brilliant save. It really is. It's another.
That's another free kick on Gary Twig. He's right to be moaning and groaning because he was taken out of it there. Your man jumped up, I don't know who it was it Brankovic just jumped on top of him. Definite free kick, no protection at all.
Well, Volkov is the man causing problems. Now, he will have...
The left back, he certainly is.
Is that Ilic having to go off, and it's a nasty scratch on his cheek. So, Partizan Belgrade down to 10 men, and the Shamrock Rovers players taking advantage of a quick drinks break.
Wonder would they leave him on with his shirt like that with the blood on it? Normally you're not allowed to do anything like that. You have to have a fresh jersey to come on. You have to get stitched up. Hopefully Twig himself is okay. That man kept his team in it.
He certainly has. Terrific reflexes. And the left back he gets into some great positions, doesn't he? And he wasn't picked up in the box, and his outstretched boot almost diverted the ball past Ryan Thompson. But the Jamaican,
wonderful save,
reacting very quickly indeed. As we have another look.
Dan Murray just gone to attack and he gets into that space. That's a brilliant save.
It really is.
He shifted his balance over to his right side. He was able to spring off his left. Great save.
He has a reputation as a good shot stopper, perhaps not quite so confident coming for crosses.
Maybe not, but again, great athleticism to get that one around the corner.
Volkov goes back to Ivanov, and Partizan Belgrade build again from the back. A bit too much space for Ilic.
See, he's dropping in, he's pushing up on top of the front two, and then he's dropping off and he's picking up space from that midfield area. He's hard to pick up when he's able to get on possession of the ball, turn and face the Rovers back four. We need to try and make sure that whoever's marking him, try and keep him going back towards his own goal.
Is that an assignment for Stephen Rice? At his part of the pitch?
Again, their interplay and their movement between different positions is very, very good. You need to have quick, good, effective communication. Your two centre-backs are key, along with Stephen Rice. They need to be talking to each other, and as players move in and move out of positions, pass them on.
Sullivan, left-footed, looking for Dennehy, and as Alan said, the shirt has to be changed.
Here we go.
Oh, that's a very poor clearance indeed. And first, oh, that opened up.
He was on his right side as well, coming in on his left foot, checking in. Ball was set up, Ronan Finn set him up again. Sloppy play from Volkov. The first thing he's done really that's been, I suppose, loose this evening. He's been very effective. He threw it inside. Great chance for Rovers.
Must at least get a shot on target. These opportunities are not going to come along very often, and that was some sloppy play from Partizan Belgrade, and Rovers unable to take advantage of it as Ivanov goes wide to Rankovic. Again, the player drops off and deflected, and just for a second Ryan Thompson's heart was in his mouth.
Oh, he seemed to be gone completely over on his right side. His full weight was shifted. Lucky break. It'd be interesting to see how close that was to the post. Again, another corner kick.
Yes, I don't think Ryan Thompson would have got there. More defending to do. Uncomfortably.
Great play from Dan Murray. Yeah. Gets the first block and the second to follow it out.
Yeah, no time at all for Mido to get a shot off, but it's still there for Partizan. Sticking to their task. Shamrock Rovers. 1-1 from the first leg. It's the Irish champions against the Serbian champions, as Mido goes on a run and wins another corner. Just the pressure is building.
Absolutely, yeah. The last couple of minutes they've turned the screw. They didn't have a corner for 28 minutes or so. This is the sixth, I think. Fifth, perhaps. I'm not 100%, but at the end of it, they just keep their concentration. They keep plugging away, looking for their opening. Rovers just be big and strong.
Tomic again. Oh, unmarked. And 1-0. Goalkeeper could do nothing at all about it. It's that man. It's Vladimir Volkov. And whoever was marking him was well beaten superbly from the left back, heading it down and into the bottom corner of the goal. Ryan Thompson didn't move.
You're looking at him here. It's Enda Stevens who has him. We just checked back behind. It gets in between him and Dan Murray. Unfortunately, I'd have to say Enda Stevens needs to put his hand up there. Should have been able to defend that better. He hasn't got a height advantage of him. He just out-jumped him and out-muscled him.
Well,
again, stand and jump. He didn't come running at it from 5-6 yards away. And the Stevens gets caught underneath the ball.
I suppose you could say that you don't like to see a goalkeeper behind the line like that. It creates a bigger angle, but there was nothing he could do, really.
He got a good leap on it, but Enda, unfortunately, is underneath the ball. When you're given a job to do, the one thing you make sure is that your man doesn't score. And unfortunately, Colin, he's been very, very good tonight, this left back. Very, very enterprising. I suppose he's the likely source of a goal. And wouldn't expect to see him coming from a corner kick, mind you, but that's the way it's gone.
Well, he has caught the eye throughout the game, and now he has put Partizan Belgrade 1-0 ahead on the night, 2-1 on aggregate, and now to a certain extent Shamrock Rovers have to chase the game because they need a goal to stay in it, as Eduardo is fractionally offside, I think.
What are we, 10 minutes or so to the half? Again, just keep it at this from a Rovers point of view. Don't go leaving holes, don't go chasing things. Keep it at 1-0, come in and regroup in half time.
I was just thinking to myself before the goal went in, 10 minutes to go, just keep it tight, let's get to half time, but not to be.
Which they have done. You have to give great credit to them. They restricted them to no shots on target, really, except that one from, again, who was it? Volokov gets in front. See, the left back has been the most effective striker.
Yes. A little bit happier is Alexander Stanojevic, the coach of Partizan Belgrade. His team are on course for a place in the Europa League. Still plenty to go in this game. And Shamrock Rovers must not let their heads drop.
I think one of the encouraging things first half hour or so is that when Rovers have got chances up around that last third, there's gaps there between their back four and the middle four. They're pushing up. They're leaving two centre backs on their own really to look after Gary Twigg, and the two full backs are pushing on. There are gaps there, so if they can get possession in that last third, you know, there's no reason why they can't be able to get a couple of strikes on goal, and you never know.
They don't look too confident under the high ball either, the defence, and they have made a couple of passing errors, so there's something there for Rovers, but when the chances do come, when they do present themselves, they must be taken, as here is the man of the moment, Vladimir Volkov. He too is in his first season at Partizan Belgrade.
Looks a good player.
He does, doesn't he? He's been playing in Moldova with Sheriff. So, as I mentioned before, Partizan Belgrade in the money, having sold 2 or 3 players on to English clubs, including Manchester City, who do pay slightly over the odds. They have bought the centre-half Stefan Savic. Good luck to him getting in the first team.
Yeah. Shows you the level that they're playing at.
Yes.
You know, and give credit to Shamrock Rovers for going head-to-head and toe-to-toe to them today. That's the kind of level that they're at.
Now they have to face a corner from the left-hand side. It'll be an in-swinger with Zonovan Vukic standing over it. So no free men. 4 Rovers defenders marking the 6-yard box. As the referee wants no tussling in the box. Vukic, the playmaker, has now been given the go-ahead to take the corner kick. Miss kick from Dennehy.
Head down, I would have said there. Referee, he's right on the spot, mind you. Billy Dennehy had to go for it. Dangerous place to give a free kick. I thought Mito had his head down a little bit, did he?
I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah, you can, if you can see the studs.
Maybe.
So the first one was some way out and was a shot at goal. You can almost guarantee this is going to be a shot at goal. There's a discussion about who's going to take it. Looks like Vukic is trying to pull rank.
Again, the 2 centre-backs are in the line. Force them to go higher.
Difficult
It's
moment.
very close to goal to get up and down within. That's just on the edge of the box. It could tower really, knock this straight. Get someone coming onto it, maybe through his legs here for a winner coming on to have a strike.
Tomic and Vukic over the ball. Thompson trying to get a view of the ball. He's looking through 3 or 4 pairs of legs. Still the referee waits. And here's Tomic curling it over. Well, he set the wall up well.
Yeah, he didn't give Matt the hit that side. Again, it was too close to the goal for him to get him up and down. Just change the angle and try and go to the top corner. Keeper should have had it covered if it was on target.
This is the goal again.
Again, it was a good leap from the full-back, but keeper stood looking at it, really. There's no one on the far post either.
Yes, good point. A lot of teams do defend set pieces with players on both posts. That ship has sailed for Shamrock Rovers. And here's Sasa Ilic, the Partizan Belgrade captain. At walking pace, Partizan. They know that Rovers are the ones that have to chase the game. There's the right back, Rankovic. Nido lets it run, turns away from the attentions of Ronan Finn, and again Finn sticking to his task. Yeah.
Fairly fussy referee. Good play from Ronan Finn.
Yeah.
He didn't give away a free kick.
He wasn't trying to foul him, was he?
Absolutely not. No, he's disciplined. He tried to win a challenge, and he did. There's no free kick.
Even off away, Ilic, despite the attentions of two Rovers players, manages to keep the ball and threads it through very nicely.
The body strength is very, very good. Nigel, they're not getting pushed off the ball. They're comfortable to take possession with Rovers players around them, and they know that their strength is going to be able to sit and withstand the guys nibbling at their feet.
Volkov makes a mistake, and Twig, a long way from goal without support, has to check. Turner. Seagrass looking long. And they will get a corner out of it, an unforced error.
That's what we were saying earlier on, that they don't look particularly comfortable in that defensive third. Full-backs want to bomb on and be attackers, really. They haven't defended. You look at Volkov, who threw one inside to Ronan Finn. Billy Denny had the shot off. There's a needless corner given away. It's a great chance for Rovers. Again, good delivery here. Aggressively attack the ball in the box, get Dan Murray or Craig Sibes, Gary Twig in there to go and get their head to it. See what it's like for them to defend.
Rovers haven't been in the Partizan box for some time, and here is the cross. Goalkeeper comes and just about gets a hand to it.
I think he's saying that it went out or it came back in. It certainly wasn't for a challenge.
I think he probably went out. Well, goalkeeper gets a hand to it, and takes a bang on the chin, but...
Makes a bang on the backside of Dan Murray. Not a pleasant experience.
Perhaps he'd already whistled for the ball that had gone out of play. Sure that that's a foul, but... Let's have a look. Perhaps you could argue that... Well, let's see, Murray was going for the ball.
Absolutely, yeah, people ran into him. Great atmosphere. Wonderful support. Not too many Rovers people.
Yes, the Partizan Stadium holds 30,000, and any football match, high-profile football match in Belgrade is going to draw a crowd, and a hostile crowd. Radisa Ilic has a bit of a problem. They're just checking whether he has done some damage to his cheekbone.
As I said, you're getting the belt off the backside of Dan Murray. Not a pleasant experience. He could well have broken his jaw.
He seems okay, he's talking, and Murray kept his eye on the ball almost until the last minute.
I think he actually caught his own player's head in the middle of it there. And doing down to disservice with his chunky backside. I think he caught hold of his defender's head.
Oh, he's got a shiner.
He's a nice one.
Well, he did get caught, no question about that. Oh dear. Now, if that was to close, he might have a problem.
We might see him for the second half.
It's closing up all the time. He needs a piece of steak. Less than a minute to go of a normal time at the end of the first half. And Rovers behind on the night and behind on aggregate.
Well, they've weathered the storm, I think. The first 20 minutes or so, they did really well. Disappointing to give away a goal from a corner kick, key time of the game. I'd say the goal was coming because of the lot of possession, but prior to the one effort from Volkov, they hadn't really troubled Ryan Thompson in goal.
Thompson with the goal kick. A couple of minutes of stoppage time to be played. Here is the goal scorer, Volkov. Helped on towards Eduardo. This is Ilic, the captain. Even off. There's plenty of time. So too does Brankovic. So Partizan just playing out time here. bit more incisive from Mido. But back again they go. Just trying to frustrate Rovers. Dennehy helps it back. Here's Sullivan.
The game plan shouldn't really change for Rovers. They needed a goal anyway. They need to get a goal to get back into this game.
Someone's on the deck.
Stephen Rice, I think.
What happens there? Oh, he's given his ligaments a tweak, if not more.
That looks sore, looks serious.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, there's a couple of walking wounded, but
so does Illich's eye.
Yeah, Stephen Rice is not walking. These ones can be run off though.
Hopefully something serious. Again,
yeah.
Great lead from the full-back. Should have been someone on the far post. You could say maybe he was taken off it to mark somebody, go and mark people as opposed to marking the space of the zones. But again, you'd expect your own full-back to not be out-jumped by your opponent's left-back.
So a couple of lengthy injury breaks towards the end of the first half. It's just breaking the game up even more, which now, of course, suits Partizan Belgrade. It's Rovers who want to build up a head of steam. It looks like Stephen Rice is going to be fit to carry on.
Key player for Rovers tonight will be Stephen, because Conor McCormack has done that role just in front of the back four very, very well this year, but himself and Stephen have alternated well. Stevie O'Donnell on the bench, likely maybe to come in if Stephen can come out for the second half.
The ball drifts out of play from the throw-in. Carefully watched by Craig Sibes. Again, they go in field and Murray helps it out to Stevens. And that's just giving it away.
That's the thing, that they haven't really kept it perhaps as well as they can, Rovers, because they have the players capable of doing it. It's just gone a little bit up to Gary Twigg. He's not got any support because his back four can't really get out. But
half-time in the Partizan Stadium, and Partizan Belgrade with a goal on 34 from the left-back, Vladimir Volkov, who has pretty much run the game. It has put them 1-0 up on the night and 2-1 on aggregate. We're back after the break. Welcome back. Partizan Belgrade 1, Shamrock Rovers 0. Partizan leading 2-1 on aggregate. We're waiting for the players to come out for this second half as one or two make their way out onto the pitch. We were discussing at half-time, Alan, that not much has changed for Shamrock Rovers.
They still need a goal, Nigel, and they've done really well today. Be it they're a goal down, they've kept their shape and their discipline. They've got possession in the last third, they've worked the goalkeeper, so, you know, they've got a goal in them, I think, Rovers. They certainly have the players can get on the ball and keep it. They just need to do that a little bit better in the last third, but they've done okay. They just need to keep this going as it is, and then maybe the last 10 minutes, if they can keep the score as it is, push and try and get this equaliser.
What do you think they have to do about the left-back Volkov? Because at certain periods of the game, he's been running it, hasn't he?
He's been the most influential player on the pitch. He scored the goal, he nearly got another one, and he's been involved in everything that Partizan have done in the positive third. He needs to be stopped, and Billy Dennehy came across the last couple of minutes before half-time to give an extra bit of support to Pat Sullivan. Maybe that's what they're going to try and do, is to double up a little bit more on him and maybe go higher up the pitch and stop him. He's prepared to get on the ball and he's been very effective. What Rovers can't do is just allow them to continue to come wave after wave. Partizan's technique and quality on the ball will ensure that they keep possession that bit better. If Rovers can get hold of it and get support to Gary Twigg, allow the back four to push up, it'll give them a better footing in the game.
And that's what they have to do in the attacking third of the field, isn't it? Support Gary Twigg better. It's very easy. We play a good game from here, don't we? But the Gary Twigg at times has cut an isolated figure.
Very difficult, and the conditions, it's really stiflingly hot, and for the players to get up and support them, it's a long haul back if they don't get possession of the ball. These guys are a little bit more used to playing in conditions like this, and it's their home crowd. The Rovers have been very, very good. They're well in this game. There's no reason why they can't get an equaliser.
We're close to kick-off. Jan Valasek, the referee from Slovakia, who has been a touch on the fussy side, as we do have a substitution.
Carl Shepherd coming on, place of Billy Dennehy, so Again, perhaps mindful of the rampaging left back. Michael O'Neill has brought Shepherd in. He only came back on Sunday down in Galway. He's been out for about 2 months or so. So
he has.
Hopefully his fitness is okay.
So Shepherd is on. We'll have to see how the lineup is rejigged, if at all. He may just be a straight replacement for Billy Dennehy.
Might see McCabe going back over to the right-hand side.
As Partizan on the attack straight away. Thompson's underneath this, watches it carefully. Here's Jovancic, who missed that really good early opportunity from Ryan Thompson's goal kick. Well nipped in, and that's a foul by Mido.
Good play. Ronan Finn nicked the ball away, gets him team a free kick, but again he read it well. He was on the front foot, drew the free kick.
It's a fairly cynical foul because Mido realised that
he was out of it. You're right. Ronan Finn had read it, and he got the first touch of the ball.
And I think that's the first yellow card of the night, isn't it? It's gone to Mido.
The game has been played in good spirit. There hasn't been any rash tackles or bad tackles, so yeah, it deserves it. I think it's a free kick and a bucket, and he knew what he was doing. He took him out. Yeah.
That is the first yellow card of the match, and it goes to Mido from Sierra Leone. Mohamed Camara is his name. He wears Mido on the back of his shirt. Second season at Partizan Belgrade, and he's been pretty effective in that holding position, screening the back four. So they have had numerical superiority, have Partizan Belgrade at the back. Here's Rice.
Good to see him coming back out for the second half. That injury he suffered just before half-time. Obviously not that serious.
Perhaps take an aspirin or two or get it strapped up, as Enda Stevens on the ball just couldn't beat Mido. Finn wanted the throw in. Oh, and he gets it too.
Good play from Enda Stevens. Again, he's very bright with the ball at his feet.
That was Carl Shepherd's first involvement in the game. Stevens. Oh, my word. Out of nothing. It was
Chris
a quality
Turner
cross.
Again, another header.
Quality cross.
Again, Enda Stevens doesn't need much backlift, whips it in. Great area. Great header again from Chris Turner. Shaves the post just across the outside of the post.
Oh, it did hit the post. Well, how close do you want to be? That will give Shamrock Rovers some encouragement and perhaps shake Partizan Belgrade out of their complacency.
I'm just looking at it. Shepherd's played very much up beside Twig at the moment. And whether it's because of the break and play that he's ended up here, but he just looks as if he's breaking up. McCabe is over on the right-hand side, and he's gone up top. Kind of starting on the left, but going a little bit more centrally. Certainly playing the central role as we look at it now.
Well, that is the best moment for Rovers so far in the game. And the post, the outside of the post, helps Radica Ilic, the Partizan Belgrade goalkeeper. Here's Rankovic, a little bit too much time and space for him. And Vukic, oh, how did he miss?
That was a free out.
What's happening here? The Shamrock Rovers players are complaining.
Vukic all over, I think, Dan Murray or Civez at the far post. But again, Rovers, they've no really, I think Chris Turner is supposed to be on the left-hand side. No real pressure on the ball. He's able to pick out his cross.
There's a poor first touch, wasn't it, from Vukic? Came off his
first touch.
Stomach almost, and lofting it over the bar as the challenge came in.
It looked a free kick. I thought it was a free kick. But again, it came, Rovers, no one manning that left-hand side in front of Enda Stevens.
A little bit more energy and directness now about Partizan Belgrade. Their post having been hit by Chris Turner's header. And that's too strong for Volkov. Sasa Ilic, the captain, apologises. And the crowd won't like that either, seeing Shamrock Rovers starting the second half well.
Absolutely, yeah. Use anything they can to their advantage, the Hoops.
So 45 minutes for Carl Shepherd to make an impact. Recently returned to the side after 2 months out with injury. Seagulls clears. Twig will collect. This is better. Ender Stevens up from left back. Bolt off the ball, free kick. So now a chance for Shamrock Rovers to send the big men up.
There you can see the benefit of having two guys up front. Shepherd is able to keep possession. They had an out ball. They now have a free kick in a good area. Again, Michael O'Neill has gone 4-4-2 for the second half, with a view to trying to get this goal back early, obviously.
So good attacking policy from Michael O'Neill. Not going to sit back and try and take his chances when they come along as McCabe, and that's straight down the goalkeeper's throat.
Very disappointing from Gary McCabe. Good delivery of the ball normally. You send it to centre halves, go straight to the keeper. Not good.
Volkov, the goal scorer. And at the moment, his goal is sending Partizan Belgrade through to the draw tomorrow in Switzerland for the group stage of the Europa League. And Sasa Ilic should straight offside.
That's the first offside. This in the game, rather, not in the half. In the game, it's the first offside.
There haven't been many, have there, at all? It's
Rovers sitting very, very deep. They're allowing them to play in front of them. They're not holding the high line. Maybe they will try and push a little bit higher up this second half.
Finn, good work from him. Murray. Stevens. It's Chris Turner. Now they like to get on the old PA and stir the crowd up, don't they?
As long as a few people over here don't start taking up that idea, it wouldn't go down too well. Some of the grounds we have here, some of the LPA announcements leave a lot to be desired. But yeah, there's a good atmosphere, very partisan crowd, really getting behind the team. Probably expect to win the game, so they're not really as vociferous maybe as they would be if they were playing one of their local challengers. But it's a very intimidating atmosphere, all right.
Well, Volkov went through the back of Carl Shepherd, and Shamrock Rovers have another opportunity to sling it into the mix. And in it does go. Again, less than convincing from Partizan Belgrade, but the flag is up.
Absolutely, they weren't really convincing in dealing with the first ball in. It was kept alive by Ronan Finn, albeit that Cives gave away a free, but they don't look commanding there. They're not comfortable with the ball tossed in. Keeper looks all over the place. Given he got a belt in the eye, yeah, why not throw them into the box and go and challenge him again? Here's
Rankovic. Eases his way past Twig, but that's a very loose ball.
They've started the second half much brighter. Rovers. They're on the front foot. They played much more in their half. They're playing higher up the pitch. And this fella, Ender Stevens, has made a couple of good runs into their half.
Shepherd with the header. Turner spreading it wide. A little bit of space for Sullivan, but his control wasn't quite what he wanted, and he had to turn away. Finn is beaten in the air, picked up by Stephen Rice. Sullivan trying to thread it through to Finn. Volkov. Vukic. That's good work. Really good work from Stephen Rice. That's what he's got to do. Those guys who get into that space.
Got his body between man and ball, tried to keep it in, just ran it out over the sideline.
Volkov again, combining on that left-hand side.
Again, this is the area that I would fear for them, really, that they've known. It looks like it's Chris Turner maybe trying to play left side, and he's not comfortable there.
Jovancic, and the goalkeeper claims it. It's the right back who's getting too much space. As he joins the attack, he seems to be all alone. That's the second or third time it's happened in this second half. But
we haven't seen our pal, sorry Nigel, we haven't seen Volkov bomb on as much, but his attacking options, I suppose, are coming from his right back now.
Perhaps with two up front, he is more mindful of his defensive duties, says Turner. That's a lovely pass. Sullivan checks inside.
Great pass from Chris Turner, in a brilliant position from Pat Sullivan. High, advanced up the pitch, good first touch, disappointing cross, but very positive from Shamrock Rovers. And Pat Sullivan staying up there to join in this attack.
Really good 10 minutes from the visitors.
This is reminiscent of the game in Tallinn last week, Nigel. Second half, Rovers just having a go, being confident enough to get on the ball and pass it, and looking like the good side they are.
And the crowd don't like it, because Shamrock Rovers are enjoying a good spell of possession here. And as Alan says, they've been very positive since half-time. Playing 2 up front has given Partizan Belgrade something to think about. And Volkov just about keeps the ball in play. Gets it back. McCabe is across there, not putting him under pressure. First time ball, Eduardo with the turn. And Ryan Thompson fields it with ease and can get Enda Stevens going again. Good play from Turner.
Rovers. Good play from Turner, absolutely. Keeper got the game going very quick. And again, they've got good possession, comfortable to get on it. Good play from Rovers.
Playing with great tempo. How long they can continue to do that in this stifling heat remains to be seen, but they're giving it a go, our Shamrock Rovers. Here's McCabe, outnumbered. Stevens with a man coming. Shepherd will pick up the loose ball. 2 for company. And just prevent a corner to Partizan. Shepherd nearly intercepted that one. This is good from Rovers, pinning them back in their own half.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. The Partizan crowd, they're not happy. They're not Partizan. They're just not happy.
So much so that Partizan Belgrade are going to make a change. Shepherd turns into trouble. As Thompson waits.
We head now towards what? Nearly an hour. Very, very good first 9 minutes or so, 10 minutes of the second half for Rovers, and they can keep this up, and there's no reason why they can't. They're well into the season. These guys haven't played. They've played, I think, 2 competitive games this far. Yeah. Again, no reason why Rovers can't. This could be their last game in Europe, and I know from attitude of the players they have, there's no way they would like to go out without giving it a right go and a good fight. And you can certainly expect a good last half hour or so from Rovers.
So Stefan Babovic is going to come on. He will take the place of Zvonimir Vukic. Had a really good opportunity at the start of the second half to Vukic, but his first touch was a heavy one, and the second clipping it over the crossbar from close range. Serbian international is Stefan Babovic. And his first task is to defend his 18-yard line because Rovers have a corner. McCabe standing over it. And comfortably dealt with this time. As the shot comes in! Oh, what a screamer! 1-1!
Pat Sullivan.
Man alive! Out of nowhere, the right back has given Shamrock Rovers a Europa League lifeline.
Wonderful strike from Pat Sullivan. He's picked it up just outside the edge of the box here. They did with the first header. Great technique.
On the volley. Absolutely unstoppable.
I think that's his first goal this season. What a time and a place to get your first goal, if it is for him, and I think it is.
You can go a whole season without seeing a goal as good as that. Stunning. Absolutely stunning intervention. Pat Sullivan take a bow.
Game on, Nigel. Very much so.
And no more than Rovers deserve for their positive attitude.
They've been the best side of the first 10 minutes or so of this half. They've been very, very bright. Got the goal that they deserved.
So that really opens things up. Just over an hour, half an hour to play, and there is Sullivan.
Oh, he's after getting a nasty one there. Bit of follow through from Volkov. He's had a couple of injuries the last couple of years, Pat. Hopefully again it's not one of those dodgy knees that he has, but it's a nasty one, a bit of follow through. Referee quite rightly booking the left back.
Second yellow. Well, the crowd didn't like the goal, they don't like the yellow card, and perhaps if their irritation and upset spreads to the players on the pitch, then Shamrock Rovers could be in for a glorious night. But whatever happens, Pat Sullivan has hit a screamer. Volkov, booked.
We haven't seen too much of him, Nigel. He's been kept very, very well back. Change of tactics, but they haven't been able to get possession, get him into positions where he's going to hurt you. And his opposite numbers popped up here and scored a cracker.
He has, hasn't he? Fullbacks, the goal scorers in this game. Flicked on by Finn. McCabe picks up the loose ball. Sullivan looking to go down the line, but it's out of play. Fantastic moment for the 28-year-old. Thompson off his line quickly. Volkov wins that duel. Almost gets to the loose ball as well.
Another free against Gary Twigg. God, he's not being given the benefit of the doubt once tonight. He's been flattened a couple of times. He's now getting booked.
Evanoff claims there was an elbow in there, or at least a stray arm.
Maybe there was, but I don't even think he caught him. Maybe he did, but he's not got any break from the referee tonight. Leads with the arm a little bit. Not at all, no. Didn't touch him at all. Evanoff bought that one.
Gary Twigg yellow card. And surprise, surprise, Evanoff is fine. And on the ball at the moment. Jovancic trying to play in Babovic, and it very nearly worked. Defending to do for Rovers. Laid back, and shot straight at Thompson.
Gary McCabe let him run off his shoulder there. Again, something that they can't afford to do. Nice little interplay, good 1-2, good setup for a shot. Didn't catch it, but again, he's run off his marker. Rovers need to get back to being disciplined now. These are going to come, maybe they'll leave holes and be exposed, but Rovers just need to get back to doing the donkey walk, tracking runners, making sure that they stay together.
Tomic is bundled over off the ball. Jovancic, almost in retaliation, sticks a leg out. That's not a good challenge at all, actually.
You can't do that. You're not allowed to leave the ground anymore. That's what I'm saying. The referees missed that completely.
No, he goes for the easy stuff. Evanoff. Volkov. Ilic runs out of space.
Next 10 minutes or so, Rovers keep it tight, don't give them any footing in the game, don't allow the crowd to have something to cheer. You can see them turning on them, they've already started. They're not too happy, as you say, with the fact that they haven't been able to go and put this tie to bed. Not alone the fact that Rovers have got straight back into it, a wonderful goal.
Super strike. As Babovic wins the header. Jovancic opening it on. Babovic is a lively presence and he's got free here. Oh dear. Did he swing an elbow there?
He certainly did.
The card is coming out. I think he's lucky to get yellow. He seemed to take a big swing.
Hang on, he's booking him. He gives Enda one right in the chops. Bang.
Oh,
there you go, back of the head. And he's booking Enda Stevens. There's a free kick in. How can he do that? That's a shocking decision.
He didn't book Babovic, he books
Enda Stevens. Takes one in the back of the head.
I'm sorry, but I don't.
Do you ever hear the saying Homer?
I don't see that at all, yeah. I don't see that
referee,
at all.
A hometown decision. That's a shocking decision for the referee.
It really was. Stevens had competed fairly with that, and here is the offender, Babovic. This would just rub salt into the wound. 2 in the wall. Thompson's got to be aware of his near post here. As it does go near post, takes a deflection off the wall, and Rovers get it clear.
It's a terrible decision for the referee.
That really was. And here's Babovic again with the foul. He's lucky to be on the pitch.
But certainly, he's booked them now. He should have booked them the other way. Perhaps a straight red card. Like there was no jostling for possession with Enda Stevens there. He just belted him on the back of the head. Just pulling back at Carl Shepherd, short, free kick. Play clever here now, Rovers. Play clever, keep their discipline. Again, dangerous position. You wouldn't back on this referee giving a dodgy pen on the last couple of minutes either, so they need to be very disciplined and careful with their clearances.
Pat Sullivan kept his hands down there, didn't he?
Absolutely. He's had a lot of injuries over the last couple of years, Pat. Delighted that he would have scored such an important goal, but he missed the run into the championship last year with a ligament injury, the bad back injury for the last few years, so he's a top player, and it's very, very good to see him playing at this level and scoring.
A wonderful technique on the volley. It's played short. Enda Stevens now has a chance to deliver some quality into the Partizan box. And it is a Rovers head that gets the last touch. Chris Turner, who hit the outside of a post with a header earlier in the second half. But they really have deserved their equaliser, Shamrock Rovers. They changed to 4-4-2 to come out and play in the second half. They've been really positive, energetic. Here's Volkov, who has got away. And Murray clears. Still there for Partizan. Thompson has to watch it very carefully. The crowd thought maybe that had crossed the line.
Some run from Volkov. He picked it up off the goalkeeper, was able to run with possession and without possession right to the other end of the pitch.
Babovic again. Throw in. Shamrock Rovers. Good control from him. McCabe helps it on. Here's the goal scorer, Sullivan. Rice inside him. Instead he goes back to the goalkeeper. They've given the ball away though.
He just puts the ball to the same spot that Pat Sullivan was in. Yeah, they just want to, if they can, get back to the positive passing that they've shown for the first 10-15 minutes of this second half, where they were looking to go forward. They had movement. Front two were a good platform to bring people into that last third. Just don't bring the ball back into their own area. Don't go back into those areas unless they have to go back for keeping possession's sake. Stevie O'Donnell coming in. Gary McCabe going out.
Fresh legs. So McCabe's night is done. And Stephen O'Donnell, ex-Arsenal trainee, has an opportunity to make his mark in European competition.
Be interesting to see what way Rovers go now. He's a central player, Stevie. They stub Stephen Wright out there. Or Stephen Rice, will they go with Brown and Finn? Chris Turner, what way will they blend it out?
Throw in to Partizan on that far side. Babovic touches it back to Volkov, and he's got away from his man. Thompson's got to be careful here. Helped out by some good defending. Back helping out too is Carl Shepherd. Murray taking no chances.
2 balls on the pitch.
There's Rankovic. Babovic. Mido. Rankovic just didn't have any space in which to fashion a cross. Enda Stevens beats Nemanja Tomic. Babovic. It's Chris Turner working hard, putting the Partizan players under pressure. Here's Volkov. Still Volkov. Oh, what a lovely ball. Desperate defending.
Brilliant challenge from Stevie O'Donnell. He tracked the run all the way in, didn't get caught watching the ball. Again, Volkov at the heart of it. Should have finished, but it was a terrific run. Spotted the danger, Stevie O'Donnell. He tracked him all the way in. There you can see, gets a foot in just at the right moment.
Superb defensive work. Corner is swung in. Jovancic misses the header. But again, Volkov
at the heart of it again. That's the first time we've really seen him drive at the Rovers back four. He's able to pick up those runs and has a good pass on him. He picked out the right run. Belgrade probably should have scored, but you give great credit to Stevie O'Donnell for tackling him in and getting the block. They're beginning to turn the screw a little bit now again.
Just up the tempo. A good period for Rovers. The start of the second half is now but a distant memory.
Shocking decision from the referee.
What's
Two
that
players
for?
went for the ball. Terrible decision. He's doing Rovers no favours whatsoever. Any 50-50's going in favour of Partizan. I don't know why he gives this for. Chris Turner's just footing the ball.
Well, it will be
Good position for a free kick.
Yeah, and it'll be a heavy price to pay.
Absolutely.
For really a player putting his foot on the ball.
On the ball. Oh, the big men are in the wall again, so it's far enough out for him to get it up and over.
Tomic fancies this one.
Keeper's very central.
He's organised his ball pretty well a couple of times, Ryan Thompson, and he has to do it again here. As we enter the last quarter of the match, Thompson flew across his goal just to make sure that missed by a whisker.
Good effort. Just went for placement, really. Went over the wall side. Keeper's gone the other side of it. Interesting to see how close it was. Wasn't that far away. With the ball.
This will be a better view. Tremendous curl on the ball.
Just at that last minute it went away. But again, from a nothing free kick.
Partizan Ilic with the miss kick, left-footed on the half volley. He hasn't had a very busy second half at all. All he has had to do is pick Pat Sullivan's volley from distance out of his net. Played just behind Ender Stevens, who again is well advanced. O'Donnell chipping it forward. Murray hoofs it forward. And once again, Partizan by no means assured under the high ball. Turner is run off it. Oh, ball stays in play.
Good play from Pat Sullivan. He stayed on his feet. Didn't really get drawn to the ball by cut-off. Stayed on his feet. Won it cleanly. Got his team to throw in it in a good position, which he's likely to take himself. They're asking enough questions here, Rovers, now of these players to see how fit they are. What's their match practice like? What's their mentality like? Are they going to be able to stand up?
Sullivan to hurl one into the Partizan box and hopefully cause more mayhem. It's bouncing around. There will be no second spectacular goal from Shamrock. Stephen O'Donnell on his left foot, going for glory.
Pat Sullivan will tell him how to do it.
That's all you need, isn't it? A fullback telling you how to score.
There's a Ryan Thompson type kick out there from the goalkeeper. Ilic gives Rovers possession again before he gone back, but again, he doesn't look the most assured goalkeeper. So if Rovers can just, again, get their second breath and have a go now as we enter into the last 15 minutes, no reason why they can't go and get this winner.
Sivez with the interception and all the way through to Partizan Ilic, who's played the second half with beauty of a black eye, but it's probably been worked on in half-time, and they hasn't closed up as much as they can do. As Babovic, who has made an impression since he came on, not always in a good way. Rankovic forward. Jovancic. Here's Babovic. Still Babovic. Oh, my word. They let him run. Strong enough to shake off a challenge or two. And left-footed.
Very strong in possession. Hard to knock off the ball. He got himself into a good shooting position. I'm disappointed that he didn't hit target there. He was always going wide. But again, he drove at the Rovers back four.
It's like one of the panels of the ball has come unstitched. And a new one is at hand. If the score stays the same, we are heading to extra time and then penalties. 15 minutes to play. Stevens, loose touch. Lets in Babovic, who claims the throw. Now, mental tiredness as much as anything will be a factor, as Babovic, strong on the ball.
He's given them something different that they haven't had really, Nigel. They've been all neat and tidy. He's barging his way through. He's a big physical presence. You see him looking to try and get on the end of things as well, but he's come into the game the last couple of minutes very much so.
Ilic. And he was looking for Rankovic. Why isn't that a foul?
Come straight across him.
Just absolutely taking him out.
Absolutely. Referee turns a blind eye. Enda Stevens. He's got a couple of smacks tonight, Enda. Again, he's kind of blind on this one. Look, straight through, kicks him. Disgraceful.
Enda Stevens is within playing distance of the football. He is allowed to shadow the ball over the line, and he is fouled, and no action is taken. That, for me, is...
just a wild swipe. It wasn't even a kind of a cheeky foul. But a wild swipe.
Babovic, again, you know, Stevens on the back of the head when Stevens ended up getting booked for hardly any reason. It has been an eccentric refereeing performance.
I think it'd be very kind, Nigel. I would say very poor refereeing performance.
Yeah. Shepherd get underneath this high ball. Rankovic stands his ground and clears his lines. Murray. Turning is Turner. Sullivan. He had Rice short. Instead he goes cross-field to his fellow fullback, Enda Stevens. This is good stuff from Rovers. And Rice picks up the loose ball.
Again, both fullbacks from Shamrock Rovers in very advanced positions.
Just got a little nudge. Eased off the ball was Gary Twigg, as he thought that perhaps that was going to land on his head. Jim Magilton on the sideline for Shamrock Rovers, as Babovic turns Stephen Rice and wins a free kick. Tomic wants to take it quickly. Rankovic. Ivancic. Nemanja Tomic, who scored in the first game. And Rovers concede a corner.
Well, they alter the marking lineups here. With Volkov be picked up again by Enda Stevens.
Tomic, their dead ball specialist, will take it. And again, doesn't get past the first man. Good challenge from Twigg. Shepherd goes back. Thompson, that was on his wrong foot.
Oh.
He does the decent thing. Ilic. Babovic. Play. Enda Stevens wants the ball back, and it was played just behind him, but a nice little turn, and then he's checked. Really good from Enda Stevens.
He's been excellent, second half in particular. Young player, not afraid to get on, quality left foot, very, very good. And he's kept his discipline. He's got a couple of bad bangs, smacks. He could have, you know, gone a little bit rash, gone into a couple of challenges, but he hasn't. He's been very, very good.
He plays for the under-21 team, does he? Has he got potential to go on and play for the full team?
I think he's potential certainly to maybe play at a higher level, Nigel. I think, look at the quality that he has. Very quick, mobile, he's a young player. Certainly think he's a quality to go and play at a higher level. After that, you never know. But yet, like a lot of guys, just to play at a higher level would be a good test for him.
Sullivan has another go.
I think that was Chris Turner, or so.
You can hear the atmosphere is building as we... Shamrock Rovers were almost in behind them
Nearly
again.
Absolutely again. All from great hassling and closing the ball down from Carl Shepherd, depriving them of an opportunity to get out in their own box. Look, 2 Rovers players chasing it down.
Oh, and he stumbles. Did
great chance.
And Shepherd pulling it back. But Rovers in the ascendancy here with 10 minutes to go. Babovic. And now they're streaming out.
Dangerous.
And now Rovers are outnumbered 3-2. They've got to be careful here. Now it's 4-2. They are stretched. And here's the fullback, Rankovic. Great defending.
Brilliant from Pat Sullivan.
They were all caught upfield.
Quick break, good counter-attack from Partizan, give them credit. Pat Sullivan done his defensive duties brilliantly there. He held them up well, cut off the angle. Go and defend this corner now.
Need to keep their concentration, keep their organisation. Another corner. It's building nicely. Sasa Ilic earning the corner for his side, the skipper. Thompson with more work to do. So Stefan Babovic, who has caused Rovers problem with his direct running, physical style.
Great header from Dan Murray.
Rice helps it away. Twig. Mido wins the battle. Twig does well. Holds up the Partizan progress.
He looks bunched at this moment in time, Gary Twig. He's put an awful lot of running in without the ball. No support from the referee. It's been difficult for his teammates to get up and support him. Been great help by Carl Shepherd this half, but he has put in an awful amount of work, Gary Twig. And you can just see him now struggling these last couple of minutes.
Tomic. Vladimir Ivancic. Thompson's. Jamaican goalkeeper waited for it to come through to him, and it did. Eduardo, the number 9, he wears Edu on his shirt. He's had a quiet game, hasn't he? He's got
very quiet.
Got away a couple of times. But
well marshalled by the 2 centre-backs.
Finn, Turner, Sullivan. Looking for Shepherd. Ivanov dealt with it effectively and finds Mido. Tomic.
And Stevie O'Donnell's operating here just in front of Enda Stevens. A lot of the activity is coming down this right-hand side from Partizan. They just need to, again, get back, keep their discipline, make sure they're communicating well, Rovers.
Babovic, Tomic. Seen the ball a couple of times in this move already. And here's Volkov. They have managed to keep him quiet for long periods of the second half. Corner ball.
Stevie O'Donnell tracked him all the way across from the right-hand side, all the way across to the left-hand side. Again, it's a couple of good jobs he's done here. He's not got on the ball an awful lot, but he's done good.
Both teams feeling the pace. Thompson punches. The referee didn't blow his whistle. There seemed to be some hesitation amongst the players. Midu helps it back. Concentration needed. Here's Volkov. Murray clears it away.
Just saying, Nigel, about Stevie O'Donnell, he hasn't got on the ball an awful lot. He's a very, very good passer, but he's done terrific work for his team by getting some blocks in, tracking runners, doing a lot of the ugly stuff that goes unnoticed, but it doesn't go unnoticed when you're out there on the pitch.
That's the off-the-ball work, and it's hooked in. And a spectacular overhead kick is no problem for Ryan Thompson from Vladimir Volkov. So another substitution for Partizan Belgrade. Eduardo, who we were just saying hasn't made that much of an impression on the match, gives way. Lazar Markovic, who is a teenager, and his preferred position is wide right. If he takes up Eduardo's position, he will be a striker. Big things expected of Lazar Markovic. came on as a substitute in the first game against Rovers. And he certainly will provide some fresh legs. Ivanov has been fairly secure at the back. Tomic, busy in midfield. Space here for Rankovic.
Good play from Pat Sullivan. Again, took the sting out of it. Soft header back to the goalkeeper. Rovers, again, they've changed the formation somewhat a little bit. They've gone kind of a 4-3-1-2. Very brave, but leaves a lot of space down the side. Their full-backs to get on, but we give great credit to the wide players of Rovers. They really nullified it this half.
Good hustle from Gary Twigg, wins a throw-in deep inside Partizan territory. Now, how many will they commit forward for this throw-in?
Stephen Rice also has a long throw. Pat Sullivan's not coming up. Two centre-halves are going up anyway. Pat Sullivan's still at home. They're going to look to try and get something off this.
Can leave them vulnerable to the quick break. Rice's throw. Rovers need to pick up the loose ball, and they do. Craig Sives took his time.
The slow adjustment by Andy Stevens there. He nearly got blocked down. He just looked a little bit fatigued, making his mind up.
Volkov. Less than 4 minutes away from extra time in the Partizan Stadion. Rankovic. Here's Babovic.
It's been a little bit quiet the last few minutes.
Tomic with the cross, and it turned into a free header for Vladimir Jovancic, but he couldn't do anything with it, the man with the headband.
Got between the two centre-back, between Pat Sullivan rather and Craig Sives, underneath a little bit again. Probably should have done better. Quality centre-forward, he should really have hit the target from there. It's a good ball in. He was on the way down really when he headed it.
Now, Rovers have to turn and defend once again. Markovic into the side netting, but allowed to run.
Good turn of pace, very quick. Left Craig Sives shouldering the ball and went on the outside. Good turn of pace. Bright movement again. It came from a Rovers kick out. Centre half won it. Centre forward dropped off and was able to spin into the corner. They put in such a good work. These first 87 minutes, Rovers will be ashamed to give anything away now as we head into the last couple of minutes of the game.
It's just what you need, isn't it? Playing 85 minutes in this heat, and then they send on a teenager to run
send on
you.
a few sprinters, yeah. Last thing you want.
Stevens with a little bit of time. Murray. Sives. Into too much time.
Tired pass, really. They didn't zip the ball around, really, with the tempo that you'd want to give yourself that extra half second to play your pass. Fortunately, it's deep in their own half, but long throw up the line here from Pat Sullivan should give them a bit of relief.
Babovic. Markovic. Good challenge.
Another Stevie O'Donnell challenge. Brilliant.
Really good.
Brilliant. Absolutely terrific from Stevie O'Donnell.
Markovic is causing them problems, though, with his pace and direct running. Here's Babovic. They have a strong bench, don't they, Partizan Belgrade, when they can bring on players of this quality.
They're playing nice little 1-2s around the edge of the box.
Volkov takes a tumble. Sullivan with the foul, and Sullivan will collect a yellow card.
Dangerous position for Rovers to be defending. It's got a good angle. You probably need to change the angle, or whip it in. A lot of bodies that can go off anybody into the back of the net. Into the last minute now again. It's a third challenge from Pat Sullivan. Put such a work into this evening going forward and defending. Volkov just got the wrong side of him.
Tomic is told to wait for the whistle. The referee wants to have a word with somebody. Valasek. Sullivan and Markovic given a talking to. Now Tomic is going to swing this one in. 2 in the wall. And Thompson, mindful of his near post. Couple of minutes of time added on. And we're into it already. Rovers trying to hold out. 2 of them go for the same ball.
Interesting there, Nigel. Not one of the players went and attacked that ball. They on those little runs, spinned off. It was Dan Murray and Chris Turner who both attacked the ball.
And Rovers have a throw-in. Came off Babinic. Super second half performance from Shamrock Rovers. It has earned them extra time.
They certainly deserve that at least.
Yes.
Given the way they played the second half, kept in the game, defended well, played some really good attacking football the first 20 minutes or so of this second half.
Markovic lays it off, Volkov. Babovic inside and Volkov goes for glory. Had a really, really good first half, scored a cracking goal, drew a fantastic save from Ryan Thompson, but he hasn't been...
We haven't seen too much of him.
No, nearly so effective in this second half, and that's credit to Rovers as well, and some of the tactical planning they put into the second half.
Certainly playing 2 up top has given them a real impetus in this second half.
Shepherd finds Twig, has to turn. Stevens. Shepherd got a bump but managed... O'Donnell got a bump but managed to maintain possession. Finn's in there as well. And that is the end of the game, so it is to extra time we go. Vladimir Volkov opening the scoring on 34 with a header from a corner. But Pat Sullivan on the hour, an unbelievable strike from distance, a volley. All the action in the extra time and possibly penalties is coming up after this very short break. Shamrock Rovers have earned this extra time. Partizan get it underway. Ivancic takes a dive. And immediately Shamrock Rovers are under pressure. Ryan Thompson once more has to organise a wall.
Very fussy referee again. That was a free kick, but he's been very fussy. Rovers again, as we enter this last half hour, they just need to be disciplined, stay on their feet, don't give any cheap free kicks around the last third, because you will get punished eventually.
Babovic standing over the ball. He made an impact coming on as a substitute in the second half. Tomic has taken the other free kicks. He's there as well. So can Thompson get a view of the ball? And the referee is now happy with things. They're just so for him. And Babovic. Oh, hits the bar! And the rebound is wide from Mido. Oh, Rovers living dangerously.
Well, you're looking at a quality free kick, goalkeeper scrambling. The goalkeeper's giving them up a chance in the first couple of minutes. There's a terrific effort the first couple of minutes of extra time. You might begin to think that this could be Rovers' night, Nigel. You don't want to start asking too many questions early on, but look, that's a terrific free kick. Goalkeeper nowhere near it, and rebound, he's not able to finish it into the back of the net.
Yeah, Ilic, it came to him very awkwardly. Rovers survive. Volkov forward, looking for Markovic. Oh, and he's got in there. What's the referee decided? Play on, he says. Can't help feeling that Ryan Thompson may be a little bit fortunate there.
a lucky man, absolutely. Ball has gone away from the goal. Let his defender go and deal with it. Gets involved in the game, doesn't deal with it. Again, given the style of refereeing we've seen tonight, Nigel, it's a wonder he hasn't given a penalty for that.
Mido combining with Babovic. Markovic helps it on. And Pat Sullivan stood his ground with Jovancic behind him.
Never got near it.
I tell you what.
And the linesman standing 10, 15 yards away from him.
Well, I was half expecting a flag or a whistle or something, but it never came. That is a let-off. The pace of the teenager, Lazar Markovic, causing problems for the Rovers defence. Turner, Sullivan, fouled. Referee let it go as Turner and Mido square up.
I think Pat might have embellished that one just a little bit there. I think he'd lost control of the ball, got himself a free kick.
So now here's an opportunity for Stephen O'Donnell to perhaps cause the Partizan Belgrade defence some problems. They defend their 18-yard line. Goalkeeper on his 6-yard line. Still there and headed right into the arms of the goalkeeper, who stood his ground.
Had he just flicked it on for Gary Twigg, he might have been able to pick him out there. He headed for goal, rightly so. He didn't see Twigg maybe.
Sporting gesture from the goalkeeper, throwing it out, so the Rovers player can get some attention.
His own manager's not too happy. He's just having a word here with the fourth official. It was his own player who threw it out. Chris Turner's on the deck. Yeah. Maybe something happened off the ball there, not too sure. Don't know if we can see it. Yeah, the manager's not too happy.
Ooh.
Just a clash of heads, clash of heads.
It's
back of Volkov's head.
Yeah, just on the cheekbone of Chris Turner. Just checking that nothing clicks. He's okay. The referee wants him to go behind the goal rather than to halfway, which would suit Turner because he's got a long way to go back from behind the goal.
Absolutely. Again, fussy refereeing. Maybe he's influenced by the crowd.
Well, the players have played it in exactly the right spirit. There are now 2 balls on the pitch.
You're right, the game has been played in the right spirit.
And I'm surprised the referee didn't pull that back. He just
let it go.
Blow.
Common sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not that common.
Work for Stevens to do. Markovic couldn't get control of it. Mido with the header.
In each other's way there again. There's a lot of bodies in the box. Partizan. They are trying to drive this on here now. Rovers can bring Chris Turner back in here now.
Rovers back up to full strength. And Ryan Thompson to clear his lines. Is that Ronan Finn who's hobbling?
There's a few tired bodies all right on the Rover side.
And the ball's still in play.
Good play, Dan Murray again.
Yeah, good concentration.
Kept his eye on the ball.
Partizan building again. On their left-hand side. Terrific challenge.
Great defender from Pat Sullivan.
It really was, wasn't it?
He was done, really. He checked back to the far post, took him down to the near check, got his body position right, made sure he wasn't getting across him. Again, good play, good position and play. Corner kick.
I think it was a goal kick. That's what Sullivan was saying. The header from Volkov is a cross goal and presents no danger to Ryan Thompson.
halfway through the first half of this. Rovers just need to try and get on the ball a little bit now. They're trying to, certainly Partizan are playing with a higher tempo, much more sense of purpose about them since the start of extra time. Didn't really finish the game on a high.
Sullivan forward looking for Twig, and oh, he's pulled up as well.
Certainly see the introduction of Kieran Kilduff making a positive impact for Rovers if they need to get someone on with a bit of power and pace up front. Twig has run his legs off this evening, but he just looks a spent force at the moment. He's hobbling around out of shot.
Do you think Michael O'Neill has thought about his penalty takers? Do you think he thought about it before the match?
I wouldn't say he's thought about it before the match, but I'd say he's worked it out since the end of the 90 minutes, all right. He might have one or two names on the list, but maybe he hasn't at all. Doesn't want to tempt fate.
No. Babovic lays it off. Here's Markovic, that extra acceleration.
Fair play to Dan Murray. He stepped with it, just about got a toe in. Again, another corner. Just go and defend it.
Babovic was going to take it quickly, but waves Markovic away. Rovers on the back foot. Ball gets through. And Nido, a tired-looking shot. Had time to bring that down and perhaps do something with it.
Again, didn't push everybody forward either. They didn't. They just kept two back outside the edge of the box, two at home. Again, they're looking to try and obviously pass away and try and put Rovers under pressure with their possession as opposed to pushing on for set pieces.
Thompson, not in any big hurry, puts his foot through the ball, which he didn't do in the first couple of minutes, which led to a very presentable chance early on. And this is Markovic again. Lofted cross, and Rovers deal with it. So Partizan, plenty of possession. Babovic with the reverse ball.
A lot of bodies back, Rovers. They just need to go and mark people.
Oh, and here's a chance. And out to meet Markov was Ryan Thompson. Markov felt the force of that challenge.
Again, he came in around the far post. Everybody was sucked, attracted to the ball. He was in. His first touch had been better. He might have been able to get a strike on goal.
He's had a pretty steady game after that little blip early on, hasn't he, Ryan Thompson?
Certainly
made a fantastic save from Volkov. Now it's Rovers who have to deal with the long ball. And they do. Face another long throw from Volkov. Dan Murray gets away with a mistimed header. There's Markovic on the back post trying to turn it back across goal. Miscues, goes behind for a goal kick.
Some throw in.
Yeah, it is.
Almost right into the centre of the box. Again, Dan gets underneath it, but they get away with it.
(2-2) on aggregate. Most neutrals will probably have looked at this game and thought, well, Partizan Belgrade will do it in a canter, but that hasn't been the case at all. And still, Rovers keep running. Work to do yet.
Good play again between O'Donnell and Stevens, just not getting caught, being committed, making sure that they're in the right position to go and affect the close down. Here's Kieran Kilduff now. Again, it's Twig coming off. And he's put in a great shift for his team tonight.
Yeah, he can make an impact, can Kieran Kilduff. A joyless night for Gary Twig. He's put the hard yards in, but for very little reward.
And no little protection from the referee, I'd say, as well. He has worked very, very hard for his team. He got little support from the referee.
So a change up front, some fresh legs. Words of encouragement and thanks from Jim Magilton. Well, Rice is I think right there is nothing.
Shocking decision again. He's given any thought or look or anything that doesn't look perfect. He's given every decision to Partizan.
Killed off. First action. Markov is back defending. Killed off, holds on to him. Free kick. I think it's accepted that English, Scottish and Irish sides do have to change their style a little bit in Europe, but
not to the extent that you can't make challenges or get your body in or compete for the ball. Absolutely.
Rankovic. Markovic has done well. Thompson with the straightforward catch. Kilduff didn't reach it. Pat Sullivan, I think it was, who was penalised the first challenge. Ilic. Babovic. Turning away from Rice. Stevens at the second attempt makes the challenge.
Again, I know it's difficult, but if Rovers can just get their foot in the ball, get Stevie O'Donnell, Ronan Finn and Chris Turner to get possession for them, it'll give the back four a great breather, because they've been under pressure really from the start of extra time. Another corner kick, got to go and defend, go and get themselves into the right position to go and attack the ball.
A minute to go of the first half of extra time. Markovic has earned another corner. The Rovers have been under pressure for much of the second half and much of this first half of extra time. And Babovic can't get it past the first man. Tomic with limited options. Now has a chance to cross. Ivanov. Kilduff trying to close him down. Here's Markov. Very comfortable on the ball. So is Babovic. And he wins another corner.
Another corner, a lot of possession. Again, can they see out the half? We're up now. He's playing injury time in this first half. Just go and defend this out.
Nido's cross is too deep. Did it take a deflection? Yes, it did. Throw in to Partizan, and Pat Sullivan leads the protest. Realises that there is no real point. The referee's not going to change his mind. Markov with a header on the back post, and now Sullivan will make his point.
You want to be careful. Referee, I'd imagine, would understand the type of English that Pat Sullivan's talking to him, and wouldn't be too shy now about reaching for his card.
And Pat Sullivan is on a yellow card, so
be careful.
That Rice who's weighed in. Yes. Well, I think that was for an earlier free kick when Rice did nothing wrong at all, and the referee awarded a free kick. That is it, half-time. The first half of extra time has gone by without a goal. 1-1 after the first leg. 1-1 tonight, 2-2 on aggregate. 15 minutes more of football, and then it will be penalties. Now, what does Michael O'Neill say to his boys now?
He tells them to believe that they're well capable of getting a goal, that they will get an opportunity, to be composed in possession, to have the confidence and the actual character to get on the ball, particularly in that last third, and try and string 3-4 passes together. They will get an opportunity. It might come from a set piece, it might come from chasing the ball in. It doesn't look a particularly good one, but they just need to be disciplined. They've got to keep their shape at the back, they've got to keep their shape in the middle, and do exactly as they have been doing. They've dealt reasonably comfortably with corner kicks that have been tossed into the box, despite the fact they gave away a goal. And they just need their big players now to put in a big 15 minutes.
Partizan Belgrade, as we mentioned already, have only just started their season. They've played a couple of league games. They've played 5 games in Europe, the same as the Shamrock Rovers. Rovers deep into their season, and there's some tired bodies and tired minds out there. But as Alan just said, 15 minutes more of concentration and energy are required. And then it's penalties, and you never know what might happen.
Hopefully we can get to that, or if not, Rovers can nick a goal. But I mean, overall, they certainly have deserved to be still in this tie at this late stage of the game. They've pushed Partizan all the way, Tala and here. And when they've had to defend, they've defended resolutely. They've stuck together. And again, every single one of them can be very pleased with the performance they've put in tonight.
And they've looked quite comfortable playing 2 up front as well, haven't they?
It's given them a great platform to try and get play and possession up in that last third, which is something they didn't have in the first half.
Play underway, and Markov penalised immediately. Volkov penalised immediately.
Again, send up Dan Murray, send up Sivers, put a good delivery into the box, test the goalkeeper. Never know what's going to happen.
Chris Turner making his way towards the penalty area. He hit the outside of a post with a header in the second half. Missed by just about everybody. Kilduff couldn't control the ball.
That's not a free at all. Again, Stevie O'Donnell gets his body across the player and just runs into him.
Babovic runs into Rice, and then Finn. Good work from the Rovers midfield. Why has the game stopped now?
And then Pat Sullivan cut. Sisic going for a ball in the air. Wasn't a free kick, he won the header clean.
Well, presumably the referee's given a free kick here. He has. And who's that a yellow card for?
Carl Shepherd again, obviously for something he said, or maybe not retreating the full 10 yards.
He's dished him out in this second half, hasn't he, the referee?
He has indeed.
5 for Shamrock Rovers, 3 for Partizan Belgrade. Here's Ivanov, the centre half. Rinic and Rankovic.
Again, Dan Murray being dragged very much out of the centre, but he stuck to his task well. He's not being run, he's not being rolled. But the movement is very, very good up top in this last 15 minutes of the game and the first 15 minutes of this extra time.
Rankovic with the cross. Strong header away. Shepherd was pushed by Ivanov. Yes, you can see what Partizan have tried to do. They brought on the young, nippy Markovic and tried to get him one-on-one with Dan Murray.
Try to get him down the side of the centre-backs, and in fairness to Dan, he's used all his experience. Make sure he hasn't been rolled, make sure he's kept goal side, and he's been comfortable.
Yeah. Kilduff. Corner. Good work from Kieran Kilduff.
Again, this represents a really good opportunity for Rovers to get this goal. Set piece, set it up, get good movement in the box, go and attack the ball. Failing all of that, let Pat Sullivan hit it. Put it into the position of maximum opportunity.
Pomo as O'Donnell, deep, climbing. Against Murray, who has to funnel back a little bit sharpish. Markovic lays it off. Tomic, Markovic. Babovic round the back. Oh, chance here.
He never caught hold of it. He just doesn't look comfortable. No, he doesn't. And a lot of chances, half chances have fallen his way, both on the ground and on the deck. I mean, if that had fallen to Gary Twigg, you'd have been saying, yeah, he should be sticking this in the back of the net. But again, Stevie Rice gets done on the outside just for the first time. Never caught hold of it. Wonderful chance.
Was at the other end. Now, is he given a corner? He should do. And he has.
Rovers aren't in any hurry to go up and take it, mind you. Stevie O'Donnell, he's breaking out into a jog. Slowed it down to a walk.
He's had two really good chances, hasn't he, Jovancic? The first from the goal kick very early on in the match, and then that one just then. And his efforts have been weak.
Just doesn't look as if he's got a finish in him.
O'Donnell lofting another one into the area.
Dan Murray, he's no Pat Sullivan.
Yeah, he's really disappointed with the finish there. Hooking it over the crossbar.
Again, weren't able to clear the ball with any real conviction. It fell to Dan, and unfortunately he hit it over the bar. But Rovers again work their shape, make sure they keep possession. When they have it, they'll get an opportunity in this game.
Even off. Really poor ball. Gives it away. Carl Shepherd has to go sideways. Waits for support. Sullivan. Ball gets stuck under his feet. Sivers. Murray. Stevens.
Here's a chance.
And this is a chance for Kilduff. Oh, good save. It's going to come out. Oh, penalty. It must be. And it is.
He's given it.
It must be. Well, well, well. No protest from the goalkeeper.
He's going to send them off.
That's the bonus of playing two up front.
You can go and walk it again. It was a lovely bit of play from Rovers. They kept possession well in their own half. And the Stevens clipped it down for Kilduff. Great effort. Terrible play from the goalkeeper. Again, definite penalty, as you say. Two men. Lovely play from Enda Stevens. Lovely clip ball down the side. Kilduff is off his marker.
Kilduff, yeah, gets it on target.
Good hit again. That's all you can ask for. Keeper's really found wanting. Terrible. A definite penalty.
Cool head from Carl Shepherd to try and take it round the goalkeeper. Stephen O'Donnell has the ball on the spot. What a big moment.
This is a wonderful opportunity for Rovers, because if they get this, they need to get two. Is that right?
Yes, exactly, yes. It just about puts them through.
Referee being a little bit fussy again, but Stevie has got good technique, and man you'd want on the spot like this.
O'Donnell for Rovers, for Ireland. Oh yes. Oh yes indeed. What a cool penalty. And now Partizan Belgrade have to score twice.
Great composure, confidence from Stevie O'Donnell. Again, he has great technique. Lovely penalty, back of the net.
Goalkeeper committed himself. Oh yes.
Could be a very significant penalty in the history of Shamrock Rovers.
Well, the Europa League group stage beckons.
Just need to keep the composure now. I'd expect to see them to see this through. Definitely. 7 minutes to go.
This would be an upset, a huge upset. And Shamrock Rovers, having been outplayed for much of the first half, putting it together, coming on strong in the second. The heads are down on the Partizan Belgrade bench. Anywhere will do.
Great play from Stevie O'Donnell again. Confident enough to accept the ball with people around him. Knows where he is, gets his touch assured. Draws a free kick again. Again, gives his team a great chance to get up the pitch and play away from their own goal. You said earlier on, Nigel, he's done terrific work in blocking a couple of near certain goals, perhaps, certainly one of them, and tracking runners in.
Yeah.
There's his quality then. He's got the responsibility to take the penalty, no problem to him.
Stepping up and scoring.
I think Rovers will grow now the next couple of minutes. There you go, Mido.
Mido's on a yellow.
That should be a red. Again, if the referee's being consistent, he should be sending him off. Another yellow card, and good luck.
Well, that's just pure frustration from Mido's point of view.
Referee's not dealing with it. Cynical tackle from behind. Bang, look. There you go. No attempt to play the ball.
You know,
shocking decision.
That really is. That is a yellow card.
It's also a leg breaker.
Yeah.
To his ligaments.
That's just kicking someone. He is very lucky to stay on the pitch. He has been inconsistent, the referee. Shamrock Rovers won't mind though. Shepherd's away again.
It would have been the icing on the cake, although I think the icing is on the cake.
Yeah, it certainly is.
I think with 5 minutes to go, they'll do this job, Rovers. Their heads are gone.
Yeah. They know that they have a mountain to climb.
Again, Kieran Kilduff, very influential when he came on, made a great run for Enda Stevens, was involved in the setting up for the penalty. He's run the channels really well.
It was an awkward height for him, but he made the goalkeeper save it, didn't he? And that's what created the chance.
Yeah. Didn't deal with it well, and Carl Shepherd is on hand to probably tap it in, but penalty done for Rovers.
Stephen Rice overruns the ball. Less than 5 minutes for Partizan Belgrade to find a couple of goals. Shamrock Rovers leading 2-1 on the night and 3-2 on aggregate. They will be in the hat for the draw tomorrow. Babovic, Markovic. No problem.
That'll do. Again, for all the possession that they haven't really worked Niall Thompson in goal. Again, that was going near side. Keeper had it covered.
It's one of those nights, isn't it, where Partizan Belgrade, superior technically, they're at home, but they haven't given 100% and gone at this in a thoroughly professional manner, and Shamrock Rovers have taken advantage. And we said at the start of extra time, who wants it more? Well, it turns out it is Shamrock Rovers.
Well, they'll certainly dig in now for the next 4 or 5 minutes, whatever's going to be left in this game. They won't give this up now.
Volkov, Murray, confidence in defence. Kilduff chases it down. Rinic is there first. Sivez with the header clear.
There's Mido again coming in with his elbow. I think it was Ronan Flynn who caught hold of that time. And he stood on him.
Stamp. Now he's got to go. He has to go.
He should have gone 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Eventually.
You see, you don't deal with it. He goes and he hurts somebody. Goes and injures somebody, perhaps seriously or permanently. Rovers are better off not getting involved. They've got the job done. Yeah. They've lost their discipline. There's once.
Yeah, and look at this. This is unnecessary.
Little stamp too. There you go. Disgraceful. And he should have been sent off earlier on.
He should have been, shouldn't he? That's the second one he's got away with. Or, well, second one.
Carl Shepherd on the double as well.
Yeah.
No Europa League stages for me, though, this season anyway.
No. And the referee, well, forced into it. He missed the first one. He couldn't possibly miss the second one. Complete indiscipline from the international from Sierra Leone. And he walks. It won't make any difference. And Rovers quite happy to eat up even more time. People making their way out of the Partizan Stadium. It has not been their night.
The few Rover supporters that are here, they're not going anywhere. They're in full voice.
I think it's just dawning on the Partizan Belgrade players that they will not be playing European football. The Serbian champions had a go at the Champions League, found wanting. They've had a go at the Europa League, found wanting, and knocked out by the champions of Ireland. 90 seconds or so remaining.
as I said earlier on, Nigel, this is a huge step that Shamrock Rovers have taken, both for the club but also for the league, and it's with great credit that they go over here, win this game, be as composed, professional, and they've kept their discipline throughout, despite very partisan crowd and I would say a loose referee. A lot of things going against them, but they've been excellent this evening.
They have kept their discipline as well, especially in the face of some interesting refereeing decisions, as Babovic trying to inject a little bit of pace, but it comes to nothing. Turner turns. Sives away. Rankovic with the throw-in. It's very close now for Shamrock Rovers. Jovancic is Babovic. Just trying to add some respectability to the scoreline. Ilic can't get there.
5 Rovers players around the man on the ball, and each one of them staying on their feet, being disciplined, not doing anything silly, not being rash, and that's been typical of the performance this evening.
It's a late tackle. Volkov. Well, when his header went in on 34, we thought it was going to be a very long night for Shamrock Rovers. It has been a long night, but it's going to have a happy ending.
But we called it, if you remember, when he hit the free kick off the post and it bounced back to a player who hit it over the bar, you begin to think maybe this is Rovers' night, and certainly as we're into injury time now.
We are.
I think it has been, yeah, it has been their night, and deservedly so.
Ender Stevens lets the ball run out of play.
I think the Serbian manager, there you go.
He's had a fine game. It is a famous night for Shamrock Rovers. They have upset the odds. They have gone to Belgrade and beaten Partizan Belgrade 2-1 on the night, 3-2 on aggregate. They are through to the Europa League group stage. And that's what it means to the players of Shamrock Rovers. They have given everything. A handful of fans will be very pleased that they made the journey. They are seeing history in the making. And the Partizan Belgrade players don't like it at all.
They've created history, the first club in Ireland to step into Europe at this level. It's a great credit to Michael O'Neill, his staff, people at the club, the supporters. They were very, very much the underdog going into this game over the 2 legs, but they've come out on top, and deservedly so, and they've done it by playing very good football, disciplined football. Great credit to the league, and I hope they get all the plaudits that they deserve.